Welcome to the PR Maven podcast, a podcast all about growing your network and building your brand through traditional and digital networking techniques. I'm Nancy Marshall, the PR Maven and CEO of Marshall Communications. Stay tuned for this week's episode, and thanks for listening. Welcome, PR Maven Nation, to this week's episode number 161, one of our mini episodes, a quick and informative look at why it's a good thing to talk to strangers. This podcast is presented by Marshall Communications, creator of the 65-step Marshall Plan process. For more information, visit marshallpr.com. And on the website under PR Maven, you'll also find information about my two books, PR Works and Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand. This week, I'm sharing my Forbes Agency Council article entitled, Despite What You Learned Growing Up, It's a Good Thing to Talk to Strangers. And let's dive right in. Growing up, you may have been told not to talk to strangers, but it's one of the most important social components of business. Beyond business, speaking with strangers is one of the most important aspects of human interaction. My two sons, who are both Gen Xers, often tell me that I embarrass them by talking to strangers. You know that eye roll, and they're like, they grit their teeth like, Ma, stop. They just want to fade into the woodwork in line at the grocery store, at a restaurant, whereas I relish opportunities to strike up a conversation with almost anyone. Why do I do it? And why do I annoy my sons unintentionally? Because talking to someone you don't know can open up new horizons you could never even imagine. Let's break it down. First of all, you never know who that person is sitting on the next stool at the diner. I've met people from foreign countries, prospective clients, and lifelong friends by striking up that conversation. You never know. You may be sitting next to a Fortune 500 CEO, a professional athlete, or your next boyfriend or girlfriend. So engage them. As a matter of fact, just the other day, I was in an elevator and I spoke with a young man. Turns out he's a professional basketball player with the Portland Celtics, and someday soon he'll be with the Boston Celtics. And now we're fast friends. At least I think we are. He probably thinks I'm just that crazy lady. But by engaging with people, you may learn something new. By listening to other people's experiences, especially those who fall outside your traditional social circle, you can learn about a person's religion, their educational background, or their favorite pastime, which could be basketball. You can even get into philosophy or politics, learning from the other side, as long as you both keep it civil. Talking to strangers is an integral part of networking, and networking is a key component of branding. By speaking with strangers, you can grow your personal and professional network and build your brand by extension. In my book, Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand, I write about the value of cultivating a large network of people who know you and what you do. Whether it's a personal brand or a corporate one, broadening your network helps create brand ambassadors or people who could refer you or endorse you for a job, a new client, or even a friend. Speaking of friends, talking to strangers can make you new friends. Think about it. All of your friends are people who you didn't originally know. They were strangers at first. Having friends from different places, backgrounds, and professions is an ideal way to expand your horizons. It enriches your life. I repeat, it enriches your life. Talking to strangers can bring you immense joy. In fact, studies have shown that speaking with strangers can yield mental and physical benefits, boosting individual well-being. For example, there's a young man at the grocery store where I shop, and we always exchange greetings when we see each other. It makes me feel better about shopping there, and it brightens my day. It seems to brighten his too. Talking to strangers can fill the needs of extroverts and even allow introverts to come out of their shells. If you want to improve your socializing, yes, it is a skill. Strangers present an opportunity to practice. Even if it's just small talk, an exchange of 2 or 3 pleasantries gives you a deeper connection than floating through life on your own. Stay humble. Speak to strangers. By talking to one, you will realize that everyone has a different goal in life. You might even bump into someone who's less fortunate than you, and putting your own daily struggles into perspective. Talking to strangers teaches you that, as much as humans around the world are alike, we're all very different. We all possess different advantages and disadvantages. Everyone has a story, and it's worth listening to it. In today's day and age, talking to strangers is often perceived as weird or awkward. Just ask my sons. But it doesn't have to be. As long as you're respectful, it can lay the foundation for a more complete social life. Yes, talking to strangers may win you a new client or a new customer. It may improve your financial situation down the road. But leaving your comfort zone, or staying in it in my case, translates to much, much more than money. It's essentially living life itself, exposing you to new perspectives and experiences that may make life more worth living. Don't be afraid. Don't feel weird or awkward. Talking to strangers is one of life's great beauties. For more insight, get access to my latest book, Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand, by visiting prmaven.com/giveaway and download a free copy today. And here is my good friend, Julene Gervais, to share how Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand has helped her.
Hi, I'm Julene Gervais, host of the television program Greenlight Maine. Nancy Marshall's book, Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand, helped our team tremendously develop a loyal following, and it helped us expand with 2 television programs called the Greenlight Maine College Edition and Elevating Voices. Plus, we've picked up 3 Emmy nominations. I highly recommend you read Nancy's book to grow your brand.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the PR Maven podcast. I invite you to share a review of the podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also join the PR Maven Nation on Facebook. It's free to join, and it's a great community of like-minded individuals who are all looking to learn and grow from one another. If you use an Alexa device, use your Alexa app to search the Skills and Games section to find and enable the PR Maven podcast flash briefing. This will give you access to exclusive content and more PR and marketing advice. Thanks again for listening, and have a great rest of your week, PR Maven Nation.